Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Shaq here, and welcome to Starcom Unknown Space, the sequel to 2019 Starcom Nexus from the dev WX3. We're going to be taking an early look, a pre-release look at the title as it's being developed. They sent me over a key, and I appreciate it. And we're going to get into this fully open world, explore universe title game. Let's go with my captain, Ordo Shack of the Liberation. All my ships are called the Liberation. Now, I've played a bit of this. And so far, my favorite feature has to be the customization of the starship, which we're going to get into. But first, we got to get a little tutorial going. You're going to notice, as we cruise around a bit, that there is a cool mix of 2D and 3D elements here. So the ship itself, 3D. You're going to see space stations and planetary bodies and whatnot. Some pretty cool lighting as well. If we hold Z, we can open up our console and see what's going on. We can see our log. All the messages that have popped up, missions, our current quests that we're working on, our crew, which we'll get into a little bit more later as this gets unlocked for us, and then ship systems are just our generic stats. When we're at a space station, we'll be able to do some customization of the ship itself. And when I say customization, I mean like the ship is built on a hex grid. You can actually see my little turret moving around there. We're super tiny right now. We'll be able to add, remove, customize the hexes and how they're developed to build our own ship. So if we want to be like super fast little blockade runner style, we're actually doing a quest right now to check out a disabled vessel that seems to have dumped its cargo everywhere. And if we zoom out with middle mouse wheel, see there's tons of cargo all over the place. Let's go ahead, hit X, and investigate. After boarding the disabled ship, the command crew downloads the ship's manifest from the computer. Cargo contents, miscellaneous waste collected from the salvage Alcyon station, including deteriorated xenium, which is extremely volatile. Okay. We can destroy the containers with our plasma cannon. That one turret, if I left click, will fire. If I right click, we can lock onto stuff. And notice, I noticed the first time I was running through, I think, yeah, there are some of these, right click, that are actually different colored, and I think these are the, yeah, there it goes. Ah, look at that lighting. Yeah, give me missile weapons that have lighting like that when I fire off. That would be fantastic. Not all, of course, the game systems are in yet. The most recent update actually added in the new crew system as they're, expanding the game mechanics from the first one. Oh, look at that. This actually looks pretty cool. Let's go ahead and scan the planet as well. One of the things you're going to be doing a lot in this is scanning worlds, planets, derelicts to find resources you're going to use to upgrade your ship as you decide how you want to explore the universe. All right, so we blew up some stuff. You want me to blow up some more stuff? Having one little plasma cannon is just really pretty sad. All right, I'm getting a priority emergency beacon from Starcom. Open hyperwave. It's from the Maya station. They're asking any nearby ships to immediately report. All right, we are on our way. If I hold control and I click, it will set us a course. Just make sure we don't explode while we're on our way. Okay, that's one of those explodey ones. See if I can kill it before we get out of range. Hey, got it. There's another one. Can I kill it? Can I kill it? I have it on autopilot right now, so I don't have to worry about it. Every time I fire, I use a little bit of energy up in the bottom right-hand corner. We have our hull down there at our max speed. Those stats are very much based on the build of your ship. So hopefully we'll be able to get in and do some upgrades to this. I like the idea of making, for me personally, like a blockade runner with tons of engines and just zooming in and out of fights. We'll also be able to do some research to unlock new tech as we get through the tutorial. You can kind of see where they're going with the gameplay mechanics. Right now, it's fairly simple in what's available, but the framework will be there to add all kinds of new weapons and whatnot. Thank you for responding to our emergency message. Normally, this would go through Starfleet. Yeah, nope, not Starfleet Command. That is not the right franchise. All right, so what he wants us to do is that they've lost contact with a wormhole that they were using, I believe, for communication with one of their exploration ships that are pretty far away right now. Really far away. So what they've asked me to do is go turn on these tachyon generators, some kind of energy generators, so that they can open the wormhole up a little bit so they can get a message through. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to be space maintainers. Just going to back up and activate this one. Now, this is what I was talking about with the 3D and 2D models. The background is 2D, but look at that. The space station is obviously rendered in 3D, and the lighting effects will actually affect the ships and vehicles that you can see in the world space, particularly the suns. Holy crap, they reflect off of your ship. Let's go ahead over here to the point where there's even in the main menu. Okay, all right, wormhole's open. We're good now. Whoa, that shockwave knocked out our bridge controls. I'm trying to restart our systems. Well, do it quick, because we're really close to a wormhole. Oh, sweet babies. That's not good. That's not my fault, station. That's not my fault. We're getting into the way of fire. Oh, no, they blew up the station. If you notice, they actually chunked the station. What the fleck? Who says fleck, first officer? Whoever or whatever that was just punched through Maya Station like it was aluminum hull. And we're getting sucked into the wormhole. Got sucked through a wormhole. I find my ship aboard. Living aboard a living ship. And this is not Farscape. Or maybe it is. Or X, like all of the great sci-fi start with you getting sucked through a wormhole. X Beyond the Frontier was one of those old sci-fis that started off with you getting sucked through a wormhole. Sensors show that the warp field holding the wormhole is closing down. And thoop, it's gone. Gravimetric scans show the wormhole is still there, but it's collapsed down to the Planck scale. Now we're lost in space. I've detected a Starcom beacon on our scanners. So we've got a location, about 1,000 away, not too far. We'll go ahead and put it into cruise mode just by hitting C. Cruise mode is literally just, it's not even really a cruise mode so much as it maintains your speed. One of the neat effects of this, if I hit middle mouse wheel and I zoom out, and you can zoom way out on the map. This is the only star sector that we're aware of right now. I'll go ahead and turn on autopilot, bring us to the station. Is that as you get farther and farther away from a planetary body or from a star, there's a void effect. The farther you get away, the faster your top speed actually is, which is a cool way of letting you decide to not take any of the ways that you can do fast travel, but actually just point in a direction and go. All right, let's dock with the station. When we're docked on the station, we get a full menu of our customization. We're gonna have to do some conversations here in the tutorial. Commander Yu, welcome to Solano Station, Commander. I assume your appearance means the Maya picked up our emergency beacon. I hope the liberation is just the very small tip of a much larger spear of reinforcements coming soon. No, not really. That sounds ominous. Go on. Fill the commander in on what happened. Very alarming. The reason we sent the emergency beacon is that we've recently come under attack by vessels of unknown origin. We're calling them Red Raiders based on their markings for lack of any better information. Now, you're telling me there's another threat that cut off our support? Yeah, and it ripped through an entire space station in like 3 salvos. And I have a pea shooter, so I'm not gonna be able to help. For now, there doesn't seem much that we can do about it. By a station or the ship that destroyed it. But we can deal with the ships that have been attacking us. So, we can help out. We'll survey. You'll need a survey lander. So they're gonna send us on a mission and we require a survey lander. So if we go to the shipyard, this is the customization system for your ship. One of the cool things about this is because it's on this hex system, one, the hexes can be blown off as you get into combat. But what it's telling us right now is that we need a survey scanner. Survey Craft is a small but versatile ship that allows survey teams to study planetary anomalies. So this is like a shuttle bay. Like many fantastic ships out of sci-fi, I'm gonna put the shuttle bay on the back. So it pops out the back when it goes off to go scan planets and bring crews down there. Good, the Liberation can now conduct planetary surveys. Wonderful. We got a crew now. Nope, not yet. Not yet, they haven't taught us about that yet, apparently. Cargo, we have a little bit of platinum. Silvery gray metal used as a catalyst in high sensitive equipment. Got a little time on that. Let's go back to the shipyard. They have already given us an upgrade. Interesting. Remember how we only had 1 blaster before? Well, now we have 2, but we just don't have any other resources to buy any other cool stuff that we can use to customize this, like more bulkheads or more engines. I think we've, right? Propulsion? Yeah, we got different types of engines, including small wings. Why would we want these? Technically, avoid control surface. Wings increase a vessel's speed in deep space. Oh, that's what the wings do. So the farther, if you don't want to take various modes of fast travel, or if you feel like you need to get farther out into the void, makes sense, void wings, you can build these. I actually didn't know that. That's quite cool. I wonder, this has changed our stats. What is our max speed? Our max void speed is 51. Our max speed is 12.6. That is way slower than it once was. That's pretty awful. That is pretty awful. I think we'll have to do some engine research. But now, They did an auto update for us where they gave us twin cannons. Or maybe we just go super slow and yeah, look at that. My max speed is like 17. That's terrible. We've got red dots on approach. Our first bit of combat. Help if I can actually hit. I'm taking a lot of damage. I'm quite excited to see lots of weapon variety in this, and I hope that's where it goes, where we can really customize. Is it attacking the space station? Let's see, zoom out all the way here. Yes! It was attacking the space station, and it completely wrecked it. Also, we're gonna tractor beam that stuff in and get some loot. Let's scan the planet. No anomalies detected. All right, we'll head on. Now, the ship will repair itself over time, and you will lose subsystems. If you take too much damage to, say, the shuttle bay that we just installed, you won't be able to land crew on the surface. And I found this out because I put the shuttle bay on the front when I first tried this, and they kept knocking it out when I was trying to finish my job. But it will come back online. All right, we can go ahead and cruise. Looks like there might be another planetary body. Actually, there's two of them, a gas giant. Not too far away. Let's go ahead and begin the scan on this world. I like that effect a lot. And we found something. Let's deploy the survey team. We zoom in. Hey, there it goes. The ground team is disappointed to abandon the outpost. Apparently, they have just unearthed an alien project with markings similar to an artifact in space near Selena. But they conduct the evacuation with professional efficiency. So we picked up the ground team that's over here. Looks like they had found something. Let's bring them back to the starbase. Here comes the crew. Actually pops onto the back. Look at that. You can actually see the little ship back there. I wonder if there'll ever be a reason to have multiple shuttle teams. Now that would be cool. I know that they're going to have factions. I think they already have some factions in that you're going to be able to interact with. One of the crew skills is diplomacy. So figuring out, how do you want to deal with the various threats and factions and maybe even empires that are out there. We're going to bring these scientists home real quick. Hopefully we can finish this quest and get a little bit of experience or a little bit of resources, operations. Commander, well done, Shaq. Given our shortage of Starcom vessels here, you and your ship will need to take on an outsized role for your experience. Until Starcom reopens the wormhole and sends reinforcements, establishing an outpost is a lower priority than strengthening our defenses. I'm authorizing you to make full use of the resources recovered from the outpost. So they just gave us a bunch of resources to use. No further questions for now. If we go to my cargo bay, yeah. Ooh, what's this used for? First of the trans-dimensional elements, the crystal can invert free electrons into positions for energy production. So I'm gonna alien device. The device with alien markings the outpost seems really uncovered. Analyze it. We got research points. Lovely, which we haven't unlocked yet, but we'll get into that. The research system's quite cool. And I hope they really flesh it out. Proper like 4X title where you get these crazy research trees. Of course, it's still early days, but let's go to the shipyard and let's build up. Oh man, we can go for another energy weapon. I would love to get propulsion, just a normal thruster, but that's not gonna happen. But we could get a third energy weapon. What if we put a third cannon on the front? Yeah, now we're looking good. We look like a really angry A-wing at this point. All right. I think we're gonna hold off on, what does it take to get, we need iridium and aluminum to get more armor. They made that crack about they ripped through that ship's hull like it was made out of aluminum. And then I look at what my actual hull is made out of and it's actually aluminum. How dare you? Back to operations. Dr. Rama has something to say to us. I'm the head of the Solanio's research projects. We've spent the past month studying the nearby artifact and look for clues to its operation on nearby planets. Let's see. Commander Yu has just notified me that for defense reasons, we're redirecting our priorities and I'm to be place my lab at your disposal. I'll do my best. So what they've just done is they've offered us up the research tab. So the space station will now research things for us once we return to it. We're cut off behind. I guess we're not really behind enemy lines, but we're back behind somebody's lines. We don't know how to get home. We've got to survive. Now, here's the tree that we can research into. We can scroll over a bit. We can zoom in and out if you want to see everything that's available. A lot of question marks here. I'm assuming this is technology that we'll figure. Yeah, it says unknown technology, so we must pick that up later on in the game. Let's work on... I really do want to go fast, but I think we're going to pick up the turbo thrust so that at least we can go fast in... She's such a smartass. In bursts. Let's also pick up... you know what? We're going to save it. We'll save the rest of the research points because I would like to. Gotta go back to operations. We have another quest thing to do. If the Liberation is one of our only vessels in this space, you'll need a full command crew for maximum efficiency. So this is what was added more recently. I was reading through the patch notes. If we go to crew now, you can see all of our crew and the various skills that they have. They're named. In the last one, the crew was just like a number. They weren't named. Didn't really matter. They just would affect your repair rates. In this, you've actually got various skills. Those skills range from diplomacy and xenoculture and tactics, observation, engineering. These things will work on like a dice roll for when events happen. And they may have other gameplay effects that I haven't seen yet. But as we gain experience, as they gain experience, we'll be able to put points in skills that we want. All right, let's pop out of there. I wish you could rename them, to be honest. Because it'd be cool to be able to rename them over, like, you know, for streaming this, rename them based on, like, chat or comment section. All right, we got turbo thrust. Let's go, where have we been? We've been here, which actually says the name of the colony. Let's go check out this place. And let's try boosting. Shift. You can see the engine trails get longer, and my maximum speed goes up to 26. So I am burning through a lot of power, so let's not do that, because we might need that power for combat. So I'll put it in cruise mode, where we don't burn power for speed. What is that below us? A wormhole generator below us. That must be how they got here. We have some kind of sensor contact. Looks hostile. Must be the red fleet. See if I can actually get a kill this time without space station help. Oops. Going straight in. I have 4. Haha, I've got 3 turns now. I don't know why I went to say 4. When I get my next upgrade, there will be 4 lights. Zoom out a bit. Yoink. What was that? Aluminum, aluminum. We might be able to get a new piece of hull soon. There's an actual space station here. I probably don't want to stop and get nailed by it, so let's get out of here. Now, if I do a scan, I believe I can do the scan, but I can't land. Surveyor's damaged. Yep, they shot me in the back. Now that my energy's back, let's do another run. Notice how I'm chunking pieces off of it. I think that's going to be a big plus to the hex system. I need a little bit more energy. There it is. And the crew will begin to make repairs. Oof. One thing that I would love to have is a button that I could press to see like a wireframe of the ship and what systems have damage, because that for me is really small to see. And though I can tell, you know, I've taken some damage, it's hard to see exactly what's gone down. I imagine even with like a bigger ship, or maybe even a skill you can perk into to get like a damage overlay. But as soon as our survey is back up online, we're at 93%. Literally the only thing broken, I think, at this point is the shuttlecraft. Deploy the survey team. Boom. It flies behind the planet. Anomaly is partially buried ring-shaped artifact, roughly 100 meters in diameter. While technologically advanced, the structure shows signs of a design in progress. Continue. We can send down the Cadet Kepler to try to access the data in the device using their engineering skill. Uncertain difficulty. I think this is the idea of like uncertain being you have to complete it. You're not going to fail it because it is a main plot point. 62%, but that gives you an idea of how I think they're planning on having this kind of RPG, almost tabletop element of, hey, if you're perked into certain skills, you may find other routes through the story based on the crew that you have on board. Whether or not they let us hire on crew, we'll see. Have the team return to the ship. Wonderful. The crew is coming back. Dock up. The data recovered from the buried ring is an exotic mathematical description of warp space, possibly a coordinate system? Interesting. There's also something 290 meters this way, so let's go this way. Maybe we'll find some valuable resources on this gas giant. And have no fear, the world does actually open up. We will be able to explore more and kind of just go wherever we want to in various forms of travel. Let's burn. I'm not going to go too far into the main story today with just a kind of preview of what the game has to offer at the moment. And we'll keep an eye on this title as it continues to develop, because I think it's quite cool, especially the ship customization system. I want like missiles and torpedoes, and I haven't seen those available yet. Maybe they are, maybe you trade for them with other factions or whatnot, but from all the research that we've seen, this must be the artifact that Dr. Ramo talked about. Yeah. Must have been very advanced. So this was not built by Starcom, which would be the organization that we work for. I'm just gonna spin around on the inside of it. All right, let's go. Looks like a Stargate to me, not saying, just saying. Start locking some chevrons. I want to go punch a ghoul in the face. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to watch more classic, cheesy 90s sci-fi. Well, hello, friendly space station. Wait, what do you mean I can't? There we go. What do you mean I can't hail them? I had an opportunity to examine the object our outpost team found. As I suspected, the nearby artifact is a wormhole generator. Sweet. And at that point will be another gateway we can use to return. So what they want us to do is, and I'm just gonna jump right through this. Thank you, that's all for now. What they want me to do is go poke the space station that we just passed by and see if we can turn it on. And this will open up the rest of the galaxy for us so we can finally explore and make our own decisions as captain of the Liberation, which is super tiny and sad, but it'll get better. Opening the wormhole. Very cool. And then if we hit it again, we can navigate, and this will open the map. Now, we did get some locations of nearby star systems. We've got this, a wormhole generator. We can make the jump. Boop. Told you it was a Stargate. Oh, I like that it's a 3D model. That's quite cool. And we got 75 research points. So next time we're at this starbase, we can start doing some research. Nice. Begin planetary scan. And it's at this point the world really opens up. Like, look at how far apart we are. That screams combat music, doesn't it? I don't see anyone, so I guess it's fine. There's something over here at 900. Let me zoom all the way out. And I think that 350 is the system SAR. We can't get closer. Yep, we do have a hostile contact approaching. Open up! Oh, wow, we need to do the research to make our weapon systems better. He turned around! Oh, he's got turrets like I do! He's got one less engine, though. I knocked off his forward weapon. So he had what looked like solid forward-firing weapons, and then he's got a turret just like mine. I wonder if there'll be a cause, or maybe there already is, with like a reason to disable ships. If you need to, like, you know, disable them to get more salvage or something. So you're blowing off parts that you want to blow off, like the engines, and get rid of their reactor systems or maybe their turrets. We do have more hostiles coming in. I am a bit damaged. Let's head towards that blue icon. The blinding light of that star system. Oh, hello. Open up, open up. Okay. Yep, we're gonna go this way. Oh, it's one of those star bases. And the crew is working to repair. Lock it. Fire! Scan the planet while we're passing by. Man, I wish we had more maneuverability. Like, I can kind of dodge. I think maybe that extra turret without having better thrust is not helping us. Also, the being able to dodge would be... Ah! Stop blowing holes in my ship! Having more maneuverability would be way more useful right now than, I think, that extra turret, because I don't have the power to run it. We need another reactor. Ow, 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 ow. 70% health. Open up on the... Yeah, on the cockpit. Oh, that was blue. What was that? That was yttrium. Yttrium? YTT-rium. And I see a thing. Let's head towards it. Wait, there's loot. I need loot. Yes. As I was saying, there's other ways to explore the galaxy. No anomalies. There is another planet, though. Let's go poke that. Let's go. And then we'll head through that, what looks like an acceleration gate. Some kind. Deploy a survey team. There's actually something on this planet. There's little of interest on this methane-choked planet. The most advanced life form is a grass-like fungus. But something in the last few centuries, someone fought over this wet rock. Sometime in the last few centuries, someone fought over this wet rock, yeah. So we got a half-sunken gunship out of it, which gave us some resources for ship upgrades as we're trying to survive. Now, I kind of hope with the cruise system that they've recently implemented, it goes like full-on Star Trek mode where you get like crazy stuff happens on the surface and you have to almost choose your own adventure. Little mini quests and investigations. They have talked about having sub-quests, not just the main quest of obviously trying to get home and trying to figure out what happened to that space station and who that threat was. But the overall, are we like rotating? Looks like the structure generates a local negative Higgs field. Starcom has experimented with this, and we just got 50 more research points. I guess whoever made these accelerators solved the disintegration problem. You know, First Officer, you might want to tell us that before we dive into the acceleration gate. Ooh, deploy another survey team. So obviously dealing with like ancient, species that have built up empires. Due to a failure to calibrate our memory crystals for physical constraints differences in this universe, our scanners failed to completely clear a previous anomaly detection, plus 15 research points. Oh, that's random. Also, we found nothing. Turn to the ship. We found something, but we found nothing. We found something before. Indeed. And we can open up our map and see how far we have come now that we've seen. Now look at how far apart we are. And you can just shoot off into the darkness and see what you find. We're also picking up 4 more stars over here that may be worth a look and do some exploration. But I think at this point, you kind of get an idea of what's available for this early look. We're going to keep an eye on it, wait for some big updates or maybe even the official release before we really dive in and see what's available for this title. If you enjoyed this first look, let me know in the comments below what features you hope end up in it, as it is being developed right now, and now is the time to tell the devs, hey, I got a cool idea. All right, ladies and gents, I will see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bum, bum, bum. Let's drive around. Hostiles! Ow, ow, ow. All right, these guys go down pretty easy. Recharge, recharge, recharge. And fire. Disable his engines. See, now I want to board them. Like, that would be cool. Have to pick out some tactical stuff. Have like boarding pods or something if we decide to, my face. Engines on, you gotta catch up. It's running away. Is he in range still? Come here. Come here. Stop running. Stop running from me. Almost. Now. Victory. Loot the rainbow.